Yo, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So today is Monday and Bitcoin finally broke that $40,000 resistance level that we've all been waiting for. This is huge, good bullish news, and I'm going to be sharing with you exactly in this video on what you should expect moving forward, why we broke $40,000 today, and what we should see in the next few weeks. Now, a lot of great stuff has been happening, a lot of great fundamental news, and Elon Musk has been helping out Bitcoin since the entire collapse of what we experienced a few months back. So guys, a ton of things to cover. If you guys have been enjoying these crypto updates, don't forget to drop a like down below on this video. Drop a like, just like this one. And towards the end of the video, I'll share with you guys exactly what happened to my thumb, because it's kind of annoying having a little, I guess it's good because I don't even know where I'm. Let's just get started. Alrighty, guys. So the global crypto market cap today is at $1.55 trillion, or a 3.89 decrease over the last day. Something that you need to keep into consideration is that I've been taking a look at the global crypto market cap fluctuations all day today. I saw it go as low as $1.3 trillion all the way up to $1.7 trillion. It's been very, very volatile, so we shouldn't be using this as a gauge or indicator. I'll be telling you this: Bitcoin today is not the only sole reason why the global crypto market cap has been fluctuating so significantly. We've been seeing a lot of huge volatility with the other altcoins that we'll be going over in this video as well. But for the most part, guys, Bitcoin dominance almost at 50%, 48%, or an increase of 3% over the day. And that's just because all the money is flooding back into Bitcoin right now. The volume has been increasing. The market cap has been going back up. And before we even talk about any other cryptocurrency and some of the top gainers, we do need to talk about Bitcoin, because that is what is so hot right now, and that is what got me excited today on this Monday morning. So if we look at the 7-day charts, you will see a nice little increase. So if anyone did buy the dip down below at even $31,000, you would be very bullish right now. I would say up at least 10 to 20% on your investment. So the reason why Bitcoin is going up is partly because of a few reasons. One is this article right here, or this tweet by Cointelegraph. They state, "Did you see? Elon Musk is catching flack again, but what's it for this time?" Signia CEO Magda Werska lambasted him, saying, "What we have seen with Bitcoin is price manipulation by one very powerful, influential individual." He responded yesterday with this: "This is inaccurate. Tesla only sold 10% of holdings to confirm Bitcoin could be liquidated easily without moving market. When there's confirmation of reasonable 50% clean energy usage by miners with positive future trend, Tesla will resume allowing Bitcoin transactions." What we're seeing now with any tweet regarding that initial reason why Bitcoin dropped seems to have a positive impact on the price. So here we have more bullish news in terms of the adaptation for cryptocurrency. Tanzania appears to be the latest emerging economy poised to embrace Bitcoin and crypto assets. On Monday, Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan urged the country's central bank to begin exploring crypto assets. Hassan emphasized the increasing impact of digital assets on global finance, stating, "We have witnessed the emergence of a new journey through the internet." She highlighted the lack of crypto adoption and development in the East African region, stating, "Throughout the region, including Tanzania, they have not accepted or started using these routes. My call to the central bank is that you should start working on that development. The central bank should be ready for the changes and not be caught unprepared." Now, this comes in conjunction to many other countries lining up and possibly adding Bitcoin as legal tender as well. So the fact that El Salvador went ahead and did this, many people didn't realize the full extent of how much of an impact this would have. But we're now realizing that since one country stepped up and said, hey, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies can actually be good for the country, it can add more money, it can help the unbanked populations, we are now seeing similar countries in their situation to start adding cryptocurrency and taking this much more seriously. Just as an example, Paraguay, this landlocked nation, often in the shadow of its wealthier neighbors, has already declared itself intent on forming an alliance of financial inclusion with other South American countries, and Bitcoin appears to be high on the government's agenda. Panama also went ahead and came out with a tweet from one of its representatives. "This is important, and Panama cannot be left behind. If we want to be a true technology and entrepreneurship hub, we have to support cryptocurrencies." We also have Mexico, where politicians are keen to move the country and its economy forward as much as possible with regards to legislation for Bitcoin. Venezuela is also on this list, as well as Brazil, Nicaragua, Argentina, Malta, and a few other countries. Now, guys, I'm surprised that we're not even seeing a much higher price reflect with Bitcoin with regards to all of this bullish news, because this is truly one of the fascinating times in history where other countries are starting to come out and say, hey, let's start getting aboard this trade. Now, on top of that, about 4 hours ago, we got publication that MicroStrategy could hold more than $4 billion in Bitcoin after latest private offering and crypto purchase. So what this means is MicroStrategy recently completed a $500 million offering of secured notes, and he planned, and when I say he, this is Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy. He claims that he's going to go ahead and proceed to purchase Bitcoin with that and continue adding on to his investment. MicroStrategy currently holds 92,000 Bitcoin worth roughly $3.8 billion. This is really great bullish news too, because Michael Saylor has been pretty spot on. If you guys take a look at some of the history between what he's been saying about the government, how he was able to make his fortune, and seeing some of the trends that come about, an individual who is this confident about Bitcoin and literally putting his company on the line speaks a ton of volume. And this is more than what other influencers or celebrities in the space may say, because Michael Saylor actually speaks volume through his actions instead of just coming out with a string of tweets which do not hold that much volume. Now, it's going to be really interesting to see what all of this results into, but something I also want to touch upon was the Wyckoff charts and really where we are on a technical aspect, because fundamentally it looks like Bitcoin and cryptocurrency would be doing as great as ever. We're having more and more institutions, companies adding Bitcoin onto their balance sheets. We're talking about the adoption of other countries finally onboarding the cryptocurrency train. But how come we aren't seeing that huge explosion all the way to the moon like we did a few months back at the peak of this bullish market? So we got to go back to the charts. We got to talk about Wyckoff. So the Wyckoff accumulation charts have been pretty spot on. The only difference is with all these charts and predictions, some of them just have different time frames. Now I'm going to talk about two different scenarios. We can talk about phase D long, and we're going to talk about a short or a bearish trend too with Wyckoff. But overall long term, it looks like we are still very hopeful in today's news. So let me break this down so it makes it as easy and clear to understand as possible. In my last few videos, we were talking about how we got out of phase A, we were in phase B. The whales came in, they were trying to shake out new retail investors. They went ahead and did that. What ended up happening was retail investors ended up selling their positions at a loss. Whales immediately picked it up. Anytime Bitcoin went under $30,000, instant pickup. Anytime Bitcoin was floating at around $30,000 to $32,000, we saw that getting picked up by a lot of larger whales as well. What we've now been seeing in the past week or so is Bitcoin really starting to accumulate, consolidate, not having too much action, and then finally within the last 48 hours, Bitcoin going into phase C, going into phase D, and then if we're still on track of this accumulation phase, it may not happen this quick, but what we're trying to look for is that phase C to phase D entry and then going into phase E. Once we're in phase E of the Wyckoff accumulation period, we should see Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies start breaking some new monthly all-time highs, going back to hopefully what it was before the market crash of May, going to around $40,000 and up. So right now, with what I believe is going to happen is we're going to start seeing a little bit of a sell-off. Anytime we hit $42,000 to $40,000, people are going to be collecting profits during that time, and that's when we should start seeing another floor or foundation or what they call support levels before we start hitting those new all-time highs, trying to break the resistance level of what I'm looking for is $46,000. So first of all, we got to clear 40 grand. Once we do $40,000 with Bitcoin, we're able to hold that. We got to shoot for 46. And after that, I say we are in very good bullish territory in order to end on $100,000 by the end of the year. Now that is more on the optimistic scale. That is on the long situation where if I'm holding Bitcoin, I'm not selling it. And I don't care if I'm holding it for at least 2 to 3 years. I know for a fact that I'm still going to be profitable in this situation, but we do have to talk about the other end of the stick, because if we still follow the Bitcoin Wyckoff update, you have to realize that anytime we get those accumulation periods of breaking those quote unquote all-time highs for at least these few months, you have to realize people are going to cash in their profits. So another option that you have as an investor is if you don't believe you're going to go long, you can consider selling your positions at around $40,000 to $42,000, hold it on, put it into a stable coin, and then wait for that price to drop back down. Do I believe it's going to go back down? I do believe we are going to start seeing another reset. We're going to see other people cashing in those profits. And this week, I don't think we're going to go straight to the moon all the way to $46,000 to $50,000. I think we're still going to experience another enough volatility where you can get in on these swing trades that are fairly predictable. So here we are, guys, with another version of the charts. Anytime we hit a resistance level of anywhere at least $40,000 or even past that, you can consider going down, because we may see $33,000 to $30,000 touch again, and that's going to be another great entry point for anyone looking to profit during the volatility of this market today. So if you happen to be an individual who entered cryptocurrency maybe past $45,000 and you'd be selling at a loss, you can always make up those losses by re-entering these trades. Now, if I'm going to be honest, that method right there of trying to time these swings is going to be very stressful. You're going to need a little bit of experience, and if you are a very emotional or novice trader, that may not be the route for you. There's nothing wrong with going with my option, which is just holding through the dips and realizing that if you're going long on these positions, you can still be very profitable at the end of the day. So you have many other options. If you decided that a few months ago, hey, I just heard about crypto, I want to enter it, and you entered at a bad entry point when you thought crypto was going to go to $100,000 at the end of last month, but it didn't, you can consider taking your losses on those cryptocurrencies, entering at a new low, making up those losses, and continuing to swing trade to the top. I do also have to mention, when you are doing that, you're going to be a little bit more tilted because you're trying to make up for lost gains. I do not recommend it unless you are an experienced trader, very confident in the charts and where crypto is headed, because at the end of the day, a lot of this is still up in the air. Although it's following a lot of patterns and charts, this is still really, really volatile, and it can go either way. So for me, I'm still sitting on the sideline. I'm accumulating every single day, averaging into these positions. I'm not dumping huge amounts of money unless I'm seeing a good entry point of maybe under $30,000 or even close to that. So I know right now with altcoins too, there are many opportunities. If we go ahead and take a look at the charts, we can see that even with the biggest gainers, we still have a ton of these smaller altcoins coming up out of nowhere. 2,000% gains in a day, 169% gains, Bird Chain up 144%. So a ton of projects still on the come up, as well as a lot of big losers as well. But it looks like the gainers are still, on the equivalent, they're doing pretty well. For the most part, guys, with many altcoins this morning, we saw about an average of a 10% increase in the day. Most of them have decreased down to about a 3% gain in the last 24 hours, which is still not bad at all. Chainlink up $24, Matic still at $1.52, and it looks like we're not seeing too much heavy movement with altcoins, but there are a few that I wanted to talk about here. So check this out, you guys. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you may not have noticed AMP, but AMP's been climbing up to number 33, and you'll notice they had a 63% increase in the last day. So the reason why this cryptocurrency has been climbing and mooning is because they just recently got listed on Coinbase 3 days ago, and in the last 24 hours, they are up 26%. Is this a position that I would consider entering? Not right now, only because anytime we see a huge fluctuation or increase with the Coinbase effect, we often see a pullback following suit about a week later pretty strong. That doesn't mean there's no opportunity. That doesn't mean AMP isn't going to continue climbing up. But I just believe right now, with the way the market is set, especially with the price volatility of Bitcoin, I would hold back and at least just focus on the cryptocurrencies that you have done the research for, and never, ever, ever FOMO into any of these cryptocurrencies because you see a spike in the price. You want to jump in, because oftentimes when you do, that is when the price starts to go back down. So focus on the strategy of playing offense and not defense, trying to chase after these gainers. Instead, do your research. Know when a good entry point is for that specific cryptocurrency you want to enter, and then shoot your shot then. All right, so one last thing I wanted to talk about was gamma squeezes and Bitcoin. So what is a gamma squeeze? What does this all mean? So we have actually been seeing a ton of short volume on Bitcoin. A lot of people are hoping it was going to go down, and when they do, you can bet on that price point. And if it does go down, you will make a profit. So with a lot of people entering more short positions, what happens is anytime the price of that specific cryptocurrency, which we're talking about Bitcoin as this example, if it does the opposite, if it doesn't go down where people are trying to make money on shorts and it goes up, what ends up happening is at some point, those shorts need to get liquidated because they're going to continue to pay interest on that amount. So this is why I say you should never short any type of crypto. If you do believe it's going to go down, there's still many many other ways to make money. You can put puts on it. You can do the Christmas tree method, but you don't have to necessarily short anything because like we've seen with Bitcoin, AMC, GME, any other what we call a meme stock, what media calls it, you will notice that it can be very risky because as soon as people get together and say, hey, these mofos are trying to short our crypto, these guys are trying to short this thing that we love, that's when oftentimes it gets a little scary because you can see the power of social media, people coming behind a certain investment and then start pumping the price back up. So that's what we're seeing with Bitcoin. What does that have to do with $40,000? Well, it's not going any lower. It's going up. And if we're able to hold $40,000, that means short positions are going to have to get liquidated, adding more additional positions and volume into crypto like Bitcoin. So we continue to hold this. It's going to be good news. Could we see a short little gamma squeeze effect? I believe 100% yes. If we do, I wouldn't be surprised if we see any price action of $45,000 to even $55,000, only because we then have additional momentum. We're going to see that fear and greed index starting to shift more towards the green, and that's when we're going to start seeing that liftoff that we need. Maybe that's when Bitcoin starts getting really the attention for us to hit those all-time highs that we hit earlier this bull run. Now, guys, thank you all so much again for watching this video. Don't forget to check out the links down below in the description. You can get up to $250 back with a BlockFi after you deposit a certain amount into the app. Check out the link down below. It'll tell you what the thresholds are. You can also earn free interest on your cryptocurrency. On top of that, don't forget to check out Webull, where you can buy both crypto and stocks. And you can get up to 2 free stocks, one valued up to $1,850 after you deposit $100 into the app. One more thing, security is the key. As much as I love free stuff, man, there's no point if you leaving your doors unlocked. Make sure you lock them doors. Have security set up for your internet. If you guys are trading crypto or do anything involving, like even watching this video, you want to make sure that your internet connection is secure, your identity is protected. Surfshark does all of that, and they're giving my viewers 83% off and 3 months free, listed down below in the description. Now, guys, that is everything for today's video. With regards to announcements, I will be opening up additional spots to our Patreon at the end of this week, so make sure you guys follow me on Twitter and on Instagram for any updates regarding that. This Wednesday, for anyone who is in the group already, to my Inner Circle members, we will be hosting a private live stream on YouTube. So only members will get access to this live stream link. You'll be able to ask any other questions that you want. I will be having this and doing an interview with a CPA certified. He's known as like the blockchain CPA expert or something. So we're going to be going over all the frequently asked questions regarding taxes and crypto. This is going to be an incredible live stream with a lot of value drops. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that if you are members of my group. Now, guys, thank you all so much again for watching. If you're wondering what happened to my thumb, I was cutting up watermelons last night, and I freaking comment down the secret word down below. That's going to be watermelon. Drop a like down below on this video. Thank you all so much again for watching. Stay tuned for additional updates during the rest of this week. Hope you guys have a great day. See y'all next time. Peace out.